Shalom. Before I begin this video, first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Bahawa Kakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone that continue to rule very well to this very day. Shalom to the whole elect that's continually plowing in his work, giving diligence to make your call election sure and faith, true sincerity. And this is a breaking news in the airways right now is this Pittsburgh synagogue shooting, which took place, I believe it took place not too long ago. You know, it just popped up on my feed as I was scrolling through YouTube, in which it jumped out at me, and I decided to do this video through the spirit, because right now we're in the time of judgment, man. You know, we're in the time of when the Lord is now about to show his hand. And, and this is really on a small scale, really, because, the Senate concerning the modern day synagogues, you got these Khazars, the Amalekites, which comes out of the stock of Edom. Those are the ones that's in the synagogues, man. And when this whole event went down, that was the Lord's judgment, man. And it's going to be more of these things happening, through the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because really, the Lord put the spirit on whoever it was that was taken in custody during that time. Even if if this really what went down or not, but because we already know that Esau likes to play with the information. He likes to put out misinformation and this and that and the third. But if these facts are true, which like it says right here, at least 8 dead, 6 injured, including 4 officers, then guess what? That's judgment of the Lord, man. All right, because like I mentioned before, the Amalekites, which or these Khazars, which come out of the stock of Edom, they're not the real Jews. All right, they are not the real Jews. Those are not the people of the Lord. Why? Because their works show for it. All right, the ones who have the a grip hold on the whole entire planet Earth are these so-called Jews. All right, which out of their stock, which is on Amalek, which I mentioned before, comes the Rothschilds, those so-called Jews, Rockefellers, Gettysburgs, Oppenheimers. Those are all Khazars, man. Those are all Amalekites. All right, they come from the nation of Edom. So with this thing going down, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna play on it, and I already know Trump is already addressing it right now. That was what I saw as well on my news feed as well. He's already speaking on it. But hey, that's judgment, man. That is straight judgment of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay? Because the Lord has indignation against the nation of Edom. All right, this is a part of the Bible and a part of the scriptures that these people don't like to go into. Concerning judgment, destruction, the future prophecies, because it hits home, man. They don't want to deal with truth, and the truth is that Esau, the so-called white man, is going into slavery. All right, and he's going to meet his demise at the hands of the Lord Yahushua, who these people initially call Jesus, and also by his men. All right, the men that he set up to or should I say the ones who are of the whole elect. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and jump into the scriptures. All right. Slakia. Let me go back. All right. It's the book of Revelations, the 3rd chapter, and the 9th verse. It says, "Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not." All right. Which is twofold. Okay. This is a twofold scripture, because not only is this talking about the wicked of our people, And when I say our people, I mean the real Israelites that the Bible speaks of, the true Hebrew Israelites, which consists of the so-called, primarily of the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. But the scriptures also talking about the ones that calling themselves Jews, right? But they're not, but of the stock of Edom. All right, they come out of the line of Edom. They are the Edomites. Okay, and the Bible speaks about the future judgment of Edom. Okay, now it says, "Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee." See. So the Lord is going to make these rats, these Jewish rats, these Khazars, these Amalekites, these false Jews, to come and worship before our feet, man. That is the sentence to the so-called Jews, man. All right. And like I mentioned before, this is the part of the Bible that they don't want to hear. But guess what? There's nothing that they can do about it. Why? Because Yahweh Bashim Shai is the one that putting these things into action. Like what I just showed you earlier with that that news clip that I saw that I showed you at the beginning of the video. All right. But I had another one I want to bring out. It's not. It's our book of Proverbs, the 16th chapter, and the 4th verse says, "The Lord Yahweh Bashim El Shai has made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil." Right, and that time that we saw right there in that news clip, which I didn't play it because I think it may mess with the audio if I do. But you can go and look at it for yourself. But the Lord has created Esau for the day of evil. That's why I mentioned before about Esau being written in the scriptures for future judgment. All right, he was created for the day of evil, and what that piece of news is showing you that was an evil time, man. All right, and like I mentioned before, it's going to be a time to where all these other nations, in which we're coming to that time right now, in which all these other nations are looking to get at this man. They're looking to put him down. Okay, why is that? Because these other nations are fed up with Esau's rulership. They're fed up with the way that he's running this kingdom, which is in wickedness. All right, and the Lord is putting the spirit on these other nations to come against them. Okay, but read on. It's going all the way down to Obadiah. This is Obadiah, which is only one chapter. It started the 7th verse. It says, "All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him." Right? There is no understanding in the so-called white man. All right, it never was. All right. So the ones that eat his bread, and other ones the ones that are confederate with him, are gonna put him down, man. The same ones that he was in league with are going to be the same ones that's gonna take part in destroying them. All right. That's why you have an event like this that happened, in which once again that's the spirit of the Lord. Actually, let me get another scripture because I want to drive the point home. Right. I believe it's in Amos, if I'm not mistaken. Right, it's Amos, the 3rd chapter, in the 6th verse. It says, "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it?" So Yahweh Bashim Shai is the one that creates these things to happen. All right, and this is the same God, this is the same Lord that you scream and yell out for in these Sunday churches. This is the power that you read about in the Bible. He's the one that's controlling all of these things, man. All right. If you want something done, whether it be good or bad, he's going to allow that to happen. And what you just witnessed right here, he's allowed this to happen. Why? Because we know for a fact, and I mean, it's common knowledge right now that they are not the children of the Lord. They're not the people of the Lord. Okay? And the Lord is going to make it known about his downfall. The world is going to witness the downfall of the so-called white man. All right? But once again, it's going to be even on a more detrimental level than what you see right here in this news media. But this just give you a small example or a small clip of what the Lord is capable of doing. Like now I mentioned before, whether this happened or it didn't happen, whether there were people that were killed and they weren't killed, you know, hey, an event like this is telling you that the Lord is getting ready to lay this land desolate and to set everything back in order. All right. And you never know. This could have been a ploy to basically whatever Esau has cooked up in the lab, or whatever plans that he has made. You know, this could be pertaining to the continuation of martial law, you know, or to further the advancement of the so-called Jews. You know, the should I say the banking families, the so-called elites of Esau. But you never know, man. But this news clip serves as edification for the body of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and I'll leave it at that. So it's pretty much wraps up the listen to this video, and Lord's will, you members of the Holy Elect were edified by this video. Till next time, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, Rahawa Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that continually rule very well to this very day. Shalom. Peace of safety, blessings, salutations to the Holy Elect that's giving it their all in this labor of love, that's plowing continually in diligence in all faith, true sincerity, and all charity. And with that, we're going to say Shalom.